my story, I feel like, is pretty basic, but I was raised to believe that a woman only was with a man, basically. Like, that's the fairy tale, that's the rom-coms. We need to change how much the movies are all about men and women, and, like, not enough women and women. And stories and everything. I mean, there's more stories than movies. It's very difficult to find a lesbian movie that you can just watch, right? Anyway, and even in Ohio, which is where I grew up, was raised and everything, did not see a lot of lesbians at the time. So it was not something that was role modeled for me or that I ever thought was a thing. I was very blocked sexually too, ran in my family lines. And so, yeah, I just had no concept of that. I only knew the concept of love, and I loved love, and I knew I wanted that fairy tale love one day. But every time I was in a relationship with a guy, it just didn't feel quite right, and I didn't know why. I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought I was broken. And, you know, the funny thing about it is I was completely blocked from, like, sexual feelings, I feel like, for a long time. But in high school, I remember walking down the hall thinking, like, it was like an intrusive thought. And now I think it was the spirits maybe giving me the idea, but I was just, like, unaware at the time. And so it was like a voice that was like, maybe you're into girls. Maybe I'm into girls. What? No, not me. I'm not into girls. Not even if I wanted to, I'm not into girls. Like, I would push the thought so far away. It doesn't help that I was raised in church, but I would still push that thought so far away because it was uncomfy. And when that thought popped up, I didn't feel like, ooh, women. Still, like, I was just like, nope, that's not a thing. But I distinctly remember growing up, in the rare times that I would see a masculine presenting lesbian, you know, a woman that you could clearly see likes other women, I had this feeling inside, and I didn't understand what that feeling was. At the time, growing up, I thought that it was a masculine lesbian thing. I thought it was them. I didn't think it was my feelings. I thought, man, masculine women, they have such a sexual energy about them. What is that? I knew it was sexual energy, but I thought it was theirs, not mine. I did not put that together. I was just like, oh, they're so sexual. I love that. But, like, it didn't connect. Until I was pregnant with my first child, and then I was having dreams about women. I guess that's when it happens, right? But it wasn't a big deal for me. I wasn't married. It wasn't a planned pregnancy, and I already knew I didn't want to be with that person forever. I already knew I wasn't into it like that. So it wasn't like oh my gosh, I have to leave my whole family. I still didn't fully come to that conclusion, even with those dreams. I was just like, I'm going to sit on this one. That's very interesting. That is a nice thought, but I couldn't be with women. I'm so intimidated by women. I couldn't possibly be into women. And this is even after I went to a Joan Jett concert. This woman was like 60 when I went to her concert, and I still felt that energy for her. I was like, oh my God, Joan Jett. I mean, her energy is just so sexual. I love it. Anyway, getting way too vulnerable here, but that's my point. I love masculine presenting women. They're so hot. Realize now that is definitely my type. My optimal match is 100% a masculine presenting woman. Yeah. And that's not to say I didn't feel any attraction to anyone else, but the attraction I feel towards them is unmatched. Like, as a feminine, a divine feminine, which we all have feminine, masculine, but I'm just a little more feminine on the outside. We tend to be more spiritual, more energetic, so we're more attracted to energy rather than the physical body. And that's definitely me. I was never like, oh, I love their body, so I want them. It was like, wow, like they're so smart, they're so funny, I love their energy, something about them. It was always that for me. So I find it other people attractive, but the way a masked lesbian makes me feel is something that could never be matched by anything else. So that's my story. I planned a second child with that same person. In case you were wondering, because I said I had a baby and I knew I didn't want to, whatever. I planned a second child with that same person, and he knew that I didn't want to be with him. It was all planned. That way, my first had a friend, because I knew that I wasn't going to be in that position again. So, yeah. And I knew if I ever did then find somebody else and have kids, it would be so far away. I didn't want that insane age gap. And I knew how important it was for me to have a sibling, so I did that. And I'm very happy that I did, because here we are. And I love my girls. So yeah, kind of a crazy story, kind of a basic story. But tell me about your gay awakenings. How did you find out? Because it's so hard in this society. They raise you to believe a man goes with a woman, right? And they raise you to believe that it's not natural, I guess, for a woman to be so attracted to another woman. But Jesus, there is nothing more natural, honestly. There is literally nothing in the world that feels so natural. I don't know. I think society just has such a big part in women not knowing that they're lesbians, or men not knowing that they're gay, because we make it so not easy to find out, I guess. I mean, there's stuff available, but if you're not outwardly seeking it, it's not right in your face. And I think that's what we need a little more on movies, especially, like I said. I would love to see more lesbian movies. Some more lesbian rom-coms, please. Give me that. Hire me, I'll be your actress. Especially more masculine presenting lesbians in these movies. Like, come on. We need some more. I think it would help women understand themselves, get to know themselves a little better, a little easier, right? A little easier. Please tell me in the comments how you found out that you were gay. I love those stories. And if you resonate with me, follow me.